Welcome to CS Guitars from 42 Gear Street in Germany. I'm joined by Rich of Rich Words Music.
Hello.
And I'm his sidekick today.
You are. I'm the boss.
You're the boss. You're the man with the know and the knowledge. And I'm just the stupid little guy who don't know nothing.
Yep. So what would you like me to teach you about?
Well,
that is the question.
I've heard of certain effects that were perhaps popularised in the 1980s, the decade in which I was born. But at the tail end of it, so I missed out on much of the sound.
See, I was also born in the 80s, but in the lower middle 80s.
Ah.
Without giving too much away.
So you lived through more of it than I did.
So I had perhaps the misfortune to remember some 80s songs during the 80s.
Ah. So you are more than... You're more than capable, therefore, at teaching me a little bit about chorus.
It's possible.
About reverbs.
Maybe.
And perhaps even a little touch of delay.
Who knows? But I mean, such a pedal that produces all those sounds at a reasonable price in a small footprint does not exist.
Can it be done? Is it even possible? Have the gnomes working away, toiling in the pedal factories, managed to create such an amalgam of a pedal yet?
Well, the answer is probably yes, because we're making this video.
Oh, that would be sensible. Why would we be here otherwise?
Exactly.
This premise has been a ruse. We know what we're doing. Maybe. So what pedal are we talking about, Rich?
We're talking about the crazy Tube Circuits Sidekick Jr. Hence you being my sidekick.
I am the junior sidekick for today.
Indeed you are.
Named after the Sidekick Jr, this lovely pedal. So, what can you tell me about it? Give us a brief overview to start with. And then before we get to the nitty-gritties.
Yeah, okay. Would you like the very short version, or would you like the long version? Because there's a lot to talk about, because this pedal can do a lot.
I feel like I'm going to get the long version, whether I want it or no.
Yeah.
So let's start with that short version to not confuse a little brain of mine.
Okay, here proceeds the long version. If we could go to the top-down version of the pedal, you can see it right here. You can see that we've got 3 columns on the pedal, and they represent modulation, delay, and reverb. So we've got all 3 of those in this one small box.
And they've colour-coded it so that I can't ever make a mistake.
And neither will you. So yeah, we've got 2 switches on it, and if you'll notice here to the right, we've got a separate little switching box, which you don't have to buy with the pedal, but I would recommend that you do, because it gives you more switching options.
Because it completes the functionality of the pedal.
Essentially, yes. That's exactly
You're going to
what
struggle
it
if
does.
you don't have that little switch.
Yeah. So on the right-hand side, and first in your signal chain, we have the modulation, and we have a few different modulations that you can choose between, and they're based on or inspired by or homages to famous Boss pedals, for example. There's something CE2-esque in there. There's a BC2 Flanger-esque one in there.
A Flanger.
A Flanger, as they say in Spain.
Possibly.
So we've got a dimension. We've got a flanger and we've got an ensemble. We have a depth and a speed control for both, and we have the on and off switch, which is here. Now it's important to say that if you don't spend the extra money, 30 or 40 bucks, to buy that small switch, the modulation is either always going to be on and active with either the delay or the reverb. But that's not a problem for us because we sprung the extra cash.
Oh yeah, we've made sure to spend that money so you don't have to. Or perhaps do have to once you see how useful the switch is.
Exactly. Continuing this super short explanation of the pedal, in the middle we have the delay section. We have 3 big knobs here and we have a small switch down there too. Now you've got 2 different types of delay, pristine digital or beautiful tape delay. And I'm sure that you're a fan of tape delay.
I am familiar with the tape delay. I'll give you that. I've got a tape machine that I use as a delay. So that I might understand that one slightly. But this pristine digital, is that perhaps rack mount inspired?
It is indeed rack mount inspired.
Oh, 80s, the years of the rack mount. Well, I suppose people are still using rack mount gear, but that's when it became super
That's
popular.
when it became a thing.
Yeah, when it's possible to make such devices.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a more control, which is the amount.
Oh, well, I mean, that's an easy one. It's more. Whatever it does more.
We've got a tail control.
Is it telling a tale? Is it story time telling a tale? Or is it the tail of an animal? Are we pulling on the tail of the horse?
It's spelt like the tail of the horse.
Okay.
But we'll find out what it does in a bit.
Sure.
And we have a time control. So that's the delay portion of the pedal, and you can always turn that on and off by pressing this button here.
Ooh.
Last in the signal chain is the pink reverb side. We have 2 big controls for that, and we have 6 different reverb algorithms.
Oh,
in this pedal.
6!
Not just one.
They've done well with that. Have 6 individual... Are there such a thing as 6 different types of reverb?
That's what we're going to find out.
I can think of spring, hall, shimmer. It might have a shimmer.
Yeah.
A room? Did I say room? I said hall.
You didn't, but there isn't a room on this.
There is no room?
No room.
No room at the end?
Yep.
Okay, what is there then?
So, we've got 2 banks of 3, accessible via this button here, and we have a shimmer, a hall, an exciter.
Exciter! That's a Judas Priest song, right?
A spring, indeed. A gated and a plate. And we have mix and excite controls for all of those. Oh. So exciter, reverb with excite up.
We can be fully excited.
Yeah.
Full extension for this pedal, thanks very much.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what we've got going here. It's the Crazy Tube Circuits Sidekick Jr.
We'll get some sounds. I have a clean signal, I think, coming through this lovely PJD...
St. John?
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I'm glad you're here, because I don't know the model names, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Sunburst fade, humbucker and a P90. And I believe it's into the Black Star St. James, right?
It is. The St. James EL34 model.
So the cleaner of the 2 models that they do.
Indeed.
And I'm getting a little bit of buzz from that P90. We get a lovely kind of almost clean tone there. I think that's suitable for our bass layer.
Yeah. But if you wanted to turn it up a notch, you might want to add another pedal. Add some zigginess to your tone.
I want some ziggy to my tone. Yes, please.
We have that right here in the form of the Ziggy, also by Crazy Tube Circuits.
Yep.
It's a Marshall flavoured overdrive, 80s Marshall tones. It has a low gain and a high gain setting, and it sounds something like...
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm happy with that there.
Beautiful. So we've got the Ziggy if we want it, but we'll start on the hairy cleans.
I think the hairy cleans. I think
like the hairy cleans.
Come on, we're doing 80s chorusy reverbs. We want to start off on those hairy cleans.
Okie dokie. What do you want to hear first? We've got those 6 different algorithms for the reverb. We've got 2 different kinds of delay. We've got a bunch of different modulations.
What would I like? Oh, it's Henning. Henning has come in to interrupt our little thing. Henning, can you make a choice for me? Blue, pink, or white?
Clearly blue.
Henning likes the blue.
Here we go.
So I don't know what the blue is, but we'll find out. That sounds modulation to me. And if I could play anything at all, that would be wonderful today. Thank you very much.
I found it!
Oh, he's got your little to your big extension. You need it bigger.
What are we doing? I haven't seen this yet. I don't know what it is.
No, go away. I don't mind a bit of chorus with my distortion, actually. That is a very 80s move. That feels Priest to me.
Yeah, it's an homage to the DC2 of 80s fame. Indeed. Yep.
So they got the DC2. That was the Dimension chorus.
Yep.
The four button one, which we're familiar with.
Indeed.
And you said there's an ensemble as well, which would be the CE.
CE2-esque. Would you like to hear that?
Yes, let me hear that. Because the Dimension's quite different, isn't it?
Yep.
Can we punch that depth any higher? It's not the deepest chorus I've ever heard, but it's subtle and nice.
Yeah, it fills out the sound nicely without being too overbearing.
Yes.
Rather like a Sidekick Jr. should. It should never take charge fully.
Okay, I'll chop then.
Yep.
I'll just go back to my little corner.
Thank you.
I'll stop speaking.
And let's try the flanger.
A flanger! with that, I think. I was playing so well in the last video I was doing.
We like that though. We like that. That's the modulation side.
Let's stack it up. We need to keep that modulation there, but stack it up, I think.
Okay, a bit of flange going into a bit of delay.
Yep. Ah, there it is.
Try a bit of tape.
A little bit of tape. Let's go for that. We should hopefully get some detuning effects on the tape.
We should.
Oh, there it goes.
Quite a pristine tape. It's not like the dirty,
It's not a
most
dirty,
overused tape.
distorted. Yeah. It's a clean tape. It's a
Yeah.
high quality tape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you listen to the pristine digital delay, it sounds like this. That's a total copy of
Yeah,
what you've
that's
just played.
perfection
Exactly.
to infinity.
And the tape, you hear it degenerating with each repeat.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
I'm a fan of that. I can dig it.
Should we kick the modulation back in?
Yeah, I think we should. Give us back to that Dimension C.
Sounds ahoy.
It's getting there. We're
Yep.
getting towards an 80s sound.
I like it, but there's one thing that we could use to fill out the sound even more and give us a bit more of a Hawley sort of effect, and that would be the reverb.
Oh yes, that one.
The six
yes,
different reverbs
reverb.
that are
Yes,
on
one of the 6 different reverbs gives a sense of space, right?
Indeed. First one sounds like this.
Oh.
That's a gated reverb.
That's spanking around the place, I think.
Oh no, that's the gated
Oh, that's
reverb.
the gating.
It
Yeah,
was
it's,
the plate
it's cutting
before.
off now, yeah.
That's the plate again, one of those massive 80s plate reverbs.
The giant thing that took over your whole studio.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All contained in the power of a little box.
Indeed. A junior-sized
A
box.
junior box.
Come to that. We're going to whiz through these 6 different reverb.
Okay,
presets
okay. What's the first one here?
So we had plate and gated,
Yep, we did those.
and now we're going to have spring and exciter. Okay, prepare to be excited.
I'm excited, and I just can't hide it.
right now.
That's a lot of reverb.
That's a lot of reverb.
That's a lot of reverb. Just goes on and on.
Yeah.
Never ending story.
That is exciting, though. Beautiful. Spring, in contrast, will sound pretty tame. Oh no?
Oh, there we go.
No?
I mean, it's a big roomy spring, isn't it? Oh, did I get a little bit drip there?
Tiny bit of drip in the background.
It certainly sounds like a shocking back and forth.
It does indeed. Ready for shimmer?
Shimmer! We'll do a shimmer. Beautiful and ethereal.
That is a beautiful shimmer sound.
all of those words.
All of those words. Let's try the hall.
Hall. That's a very small
That
hall.
actually does subtle, yeah.
That's when your budget can't stretch the
Yeah, yeah.
full-size venue kind of hall. Lovely.
Very nice indeed. So 6 different reverbs, 2 different delays, 3 different modulations, all in a junior-sized box. What was your favourite sound? Let's dial something in with all 3.
With all 3, we need all 3. Let's go to the ensemble chorus.
Yeah,
Let's try it with the tape delay.
yeah.
And then, which of the 6 reverbs? We can maybe stick on that hall for right now, but back
Yep.
it off so it's like at a little bit more than minimum budget.
What is a sex reverb? You just said sex reverb.
There's 6 reverbs!
You're not from around here, are you?
No, clearly not.
So do you want the sex reverb?
I want sex reverb, please.
Okay, yep, got it. Good. And all the gain from the Ziggy.
If you want to do that. That's certainly a sound. Can we slow the chorus down?
Yeah.
That's getting close to somewhere that I like.
Close to somewhere
Close
that you
to
like.
somewhere that I like. There's almost that priesty thing going on.
I'm just checking the heat in here. Sorry, I thought you might need.
It's very, very warm.
It's
yes.
incredibly hot.
Oh,
I'm melting.
So you would like the air conditioner on?
Yeah, a bit late now, but
it's right here. I mean, all I got to do is turn it on.
yeah, I've been melting like the guy at the end of that Indiana Jones film for the duration of this video.
Just sliding off your face.
Covered it. Yeah.
Skull coming out from underneath.
Your problem is you're making videos for Crazy Tube Circuits, which is of course amazing material, and for Mario, who's instead of sitting in the whirlpool, your priorities are wrong.
Yeah, I did say I was going to come here and do nothing but sit in that whirlpool.
And
You
fucked it up.
I fucked it up already.
I fucked it up!
Hey, what can you do?
It should get better.
Things can only get better. Switch that gain off. Don't want to hear that hiss. That's the hiss of sadness that we don't have a noise gate.
Yeah.
I think we need to know. Do we know when it will be available? When can people? Well, I suppose when you're seeing this video.
When you're watching this video, which I believe is September the 19th.
Because I'm not allowed to put the video out until then.
Until
it's all
this
hush hush
day.
secret. Yes,
Exactly.
Until this day, very now. We're actually sitting doing this live. This is being live streamed directly into your iPods. So that it'll be out when you see this video. Good answer. And how much of the coins out of my little purse pocket shall I be spent? How much does it cost? Why am I saying nonsense? Why am I making things more complicated than they need to be? How much cost does this pedal make?
It's going to cost you 289 of your cost tokens. Now, that should possibly be euros or dollars, depending on where you are. May vary based on currency, based on current political, global, economical
depending
situations.
on how badly the world has gone to shit by the time.
Yeah. And if you want to have this little jobby here to operate the modulation on its own, it's going to be an extra 40 odd.
A whole extra 40 for one more switch.
But it's worth it.
But it
for
is
the
worth
tones.
it. It is worth it to be able to get the separate control over that chorus.
Indeed.
For 3 effects, you said
289.
289. That's not so bad actually.
If you think about it on separate terms, that's less than 100 per effect.
Per effect. Yeah, if you wanted to buy a chorus pedal and a delay pedal and a reverb pedal, you'd probably end up spending more if it was unless it was the cheap.
Unless you were going for very affordable brands, for sure. And consider the fact that you get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 very, very different sounding and very, very decent sounding reverb algorithms, for example. The 2 different delays and the 3 different chorus pedals, or 2 chorus pedals and 1 flanger pedal in one.
So that's like 6 and 2.
It's almost the whole back end of your board in that context.
So buying one of these is not only saving you money, it's also saving you space.
Yep.
What more could you want? What more could anyone ask for if they want to try and do some, well, hopefully better playing than I did, but nice 80s inspired tones?
Yeah, that's all I've been thinking about since we started this video.
Anything else to say? Any more knowledge to impart my way? One last thing before we sign off.
Lesson for today concluded. You've already had too much.
Oh, that's good, because my brain's not handling informations at this point in time. Well, I guess we'll see you later. Keep it loud. Take care.